You never heard anything about Donald Trump being racist until he ran for president and won. Before then, everybody was like, oh, he's on WWE, he on different shows. Everybody, they like Donald Trump. As soon as he ran for president, because people don't like the truth.
Well, you know, people have mixed feelings and emotions about the president. But one thing I can say is if it wasn't for Trump and the First Step Act, I'll still be doing time. I would still be incarcerated and I wouldn't be sitting here today. So I'm very grateful for the president for signing that law. These days I'm in the medical field. I do hair. I like to exercise. Building a newfound relationship with my 2-year-old grandson, and you know, just picking up the pieces from my adult children now from when I was incarcerated. You know, First Step has given me a newfound life. I feel alive and vibrant. You know, it's a good thing to be free, and I'm just enjoying life, you know, taking it one day at a time, but I'm grateful for the people that helped me along the way. One of my favorite Bible verses is Psalms 91. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide in the shadow of the Almighty. And God had kept me throughout this journey from day one. I never lost faith, and I never lost hope. You know, when I first was sentenced, I was sentenced to a life sentence. And, you know, everything looked bleak and gloomy. I didn't think I would see another day on the outside of prison. But, you know, one day I woke up and I realized, you know, God gave me life. So man can't give me something that I already have, and surely he can't take away something he didn't give me.
Did, but I didn't, because I never gave up fighting.
48-year-old Brian Johnson says it feels good to be back in his old neighborhood in Baltimore. Nearly 20 years ago, Johnson was convicted of money laundering and drug distribution. He was sentenced to life in federal prison. But when President Trump signed off on the First Step Act last December, it meant Johnson and thousands of others were eligible for an earlier release or a reduced sentence. On July 9th, Johnson took his first step out of prison. Who did you first lay eyes on when you got out of prison?
The first person that I seen was my oldest daughter.
How old is she?
31.
You've missed most of her upbringing.
20 years of it. So when she pulled out, it was like an unbelievable feeling until I could hug her.
He says he makes about $500 per week working full-time for a delivery company. From prison life to this life, I think the assumption is, oh, you're free, you must be so excited, it must be so great.
It's great, but what comes with the greatness is reality. Now you're back out here, because when you're incarcerated, basically everything is free. Food is free, sleeping is free. In the free world, as they say, you gotta pay for everything.
Has that been the biggest challenge for you?
Actually, no. Technology has been the biggest challenge for me. Right now, I have a phone, but I couldn't tell you how to work everything on the phone.
Even harder than that, finding out he has a son.
Since I've been home, I found out I have a son that's 26 years old, and he is incarcerated in the federal system.
For what?
12 years for carjacking.
Does that hurt?
Yes, it did. Because I feel like if I was here, that definitely wouldn't happen.
Recently, Johnson traveled to Washington, D.C. with the criminal justice reform group Cut 50, which aims to reduce the...
Interested in this, not in spite of, but because of the fact that I'm a conservative and a former prosecutor. As a former prosecutor, I saw a number of abuses of federal law. I saw a young man named Weldon Angelos get sentenced to 55 years in prison for selling 3 dime bags of pot over a 72-hour period. That's just wrong. The judge sentencing him at the time said this is wrong and only Congress can fix this problem.
Hey, Tay, look at him. He talking already. That boy look good. Yeah, look. He look good. Let's go, man. You gotta go probation? Where at? Huh? We might as well walk down there, man. Let's walk, man. We gotta walk to the streets of New Haven, man. Come on, Si, you ain't got no... Yeah, I know you do. You feel crazy, huh? You look good, though, man. I gotta get you some tighter sweats, man.
You are glowing. Sugar. Damn, yo.
Huh? What's the address? Come on.
He didn't even get it together.
All right, you still got flight. You ain't got no grade on there, man. You good, man. I told her he ain't got like the camera. Come on, man. Shine, man. Shine, man. It's your time, man. You did your time, man. You deserve it, man.
I'm feeling no handcuffs, nothing on me. I'm free to hug my family. I'm free to live life. I'm free to start over. This is the greatest day of my life. My heart is just bursting with gratitude for what has taken place, what has happened to me today. I heard my name called over the intercom. I had just sat down for lunch. And I had to report back to my unit team. And when I got there, my case manager, Mr. Holler, he was calling. I knew I had an attorney call, but I still didn't know what it was. And when they all came on, then I heard Kim Kardashian's voice. And she was the one who told me that it had happened, that I was free, that I was going to rejoin my family.
Oh my God.
After being released from federal prison in Jessup, Georgia.
I can't be bitter about all that I've missed. Come on, pick you up. I just gotta be thankful and grateful for the new memories that I can make.
Yes.
New memories with his family.
God is good.
Including his daughter, Terica. Ironically, she's a corrections officer in Florida.
Just want you to be all right, Mom.
I'm all right.
There, Balcom reunites with his mother, who's suffering from dementia.
I just have to try to make the best out of the time she have left.
In 2003, when he was 29 years old, Eric Balcom was sentenced to life in prison. The crime? Selling 93.2 grams of crack.
When they said life, it's like somebody could have committed a murder in 2003 and been home before I did.
Balcom had prior offenses, including violent ones. But in prison, he said he rehabilitated himself, taking more than 60 courses, working, and even serving as a suicide companion.
Yeah, slow down, TJ. Make sure you don't run into nobody.
He's free because of the First Step Act, a law that reverses the harsh sentencing of the war on drugs era of the 1980s and 90s.
Stop whatever evil that's going on. We have to unify upon doing what's right. We have to come together for the common good. You ain't got to like everybody. You ain't got to like what a person does, but just be fair. But be fair. To give us a life sentence and say that we have nothing to offer to society, it didn't sit well with me. To say that my brother, who never been in jail before, didn't deserve a second chance, like whatever he did wasn't redeemable, didn't sit well with me. And this is what the First Step Act is about. You might make a mistake, but we get right back. You know what I'm saying? We don't mind paying for the mistake, but let it be just. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And what we got was injustice. What a lot of men got in prison right now is injustice. There's a lot of guys, first-time offenders, non-violent, with life sentences. Our fight is their fight, and their fight is our fight. You know, and that's why we advocating for them.
People in prison, and you don't really know like their goals or that, you know, what they want in life unless they have a chance. I was kind of fortunate. When I walked through the doors of the Federal Bureau of Prisons, I had a goal in mind, and my goal was to educate myself, to read, and to help my entire 11 years. So during that time, I made curriculums. I started a program called Criminal and Addictive Thinking. I had barber classes, and I was mentoring guys that couldn't read or write. I would help them. Anything I could do to help somebody, because helping them helped me. And it couldn't have been done without support neither. So support from my family, my wife, Keisha.
We're also proud to have with us on stage 5 more Americans who have been released under the First Step Act and transformed their lives. And that includes Gregory Allen. Where's Gregory? Gregory. Hi,
Gregory. Mine is real short. 2 months ago, I was in a prison cell, and I'm in the White House. Let's continue to make America great again.